How's it going, guys? Andrew here.
And Connor.
And Caleb.
And Matt.
Welcome to another episode of Lights, Camera, Reaction, LCR. And what did we see, guys?
Once Upon a Time in ... Hollywood.
Ooh, Quentin Tarantino's newest film. And we're going to shoot the other camera over to introduce our kitty table. Introduce yourselves, guys.
I'm David. I've been a long-time friend of these. I've been in a few of the podcasts before.
Okay, this isn't two truths and lies. You meant the name.
Oh, that was That was right off the bat. I like this.
Moving on.
Jacob, make sure you get
Love you,
right up
David.
next to the mic.
No, oh my God.
No.
No, not.
What's your name, Jacob?
So my name is Justin, and it's a pleasure to be here with you guys.
Oh, jeez.
That's me. Hey y'all, my name is Caroline. Where am I looking?
Look at the camera.
My name's Caroline. I actually don't know these people. I'm a street hooker, and they picked me up.
Oh my gosh.
All right, we'll edit that out. It's
Well,
all right.
no, we aren't. We're keeping everything in.
No, the fuck I won't.
We need to have Caroline on more podcasts.
But this is awesome because not just four of us, now there are seven. Thank you. I can do.
Andrew can do math.
And so this is going to be a very intense podcast, talking about movies, talking about serial killers, all that junk.
Back meme.
But right now we're going to do our initial thoughts. No spoilers. You guys can talk whenever. Don't have me cue you. Just speak up, okay? And so
Oh, pressure.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Really good movie.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've only seen it once,
Oh my
but
God.
I thought it flew by. I did not think that I kind of just wanted it to keep on going.
It felt like a 3-hour movie, but that, not in a bad way. It felt good. I felt satisfied because there was just a lot of content and everything moved by at a very decent pace, and I was very satisfied with the end result.
Yeah, the pacing was really, really good in the movie.
Yeah,
nothing really felt like it slowed down at all. It felt like it was moving at a pretty steady pace.
Okay.
I really like the pacing because pretty much the second act is one whole long stretched out day, and it just felt
Pretty much, yeah.
And it felt like real life almost. It just kind of felt like things were just going as real life would go. I think that's what you told me.
It was 2 days until the time skip.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
I think it was
like
it
2 or
might
3.
actually have been 24 hours. Not even 2 days.
But yeah, I really like the pacing. I remember Caroline mentioned it though. Kind of a negative that her and I did not like was I don't think it was the best written Quentin Tarantino movie.
It wasn't quotable the way the other ones are. It definitely wasn't my thing.
We've been quoting it so much tonight.
That's what I was to say.
Oh, but you've only been doing the one quote though. You haven't been doing multiple.
Get your shit together, Jacob.
And we just saw it.
No,
too,
I know.
So give us some time to.
But
some
I guess
rewatch.
there was no.
No one was quoting Pulp Fiction right out of the theater. You know.
Yes, they are. They would say the line that I cannot say.
Oh yeah, the famous Quentin Tarantino
The line that everyone knows
Come
we're
on.
talking about.
Dead blank.
Story.
Yes, dead hooker story.
Yeah.
That's the
Watch it.
Looking at you, Caroline.
No, but for me, there was. I remember going out of the Hateful Eight, and I'm not gonna quote it right now, but Sam Jackson's speech. Okay, when he's like, "You seeing pictures now?"
Also, that's Sam Jackson. It's so easy to quote Sam Jackson.
So what?
I can't really quote anything from Hateful Eight.
I've seen him once.
The fact
so
that
it's
it's newer, this
Yeah, it's newer, but
a Tarantino movie.
nothing besides the trailer stuff is quotable because we've seen the trailer so much, but nothing from just the movie itself. I was like, that's a good line. I never was like, that was really good dialogue, because a good chunk of the second act, a lot of Leo's scenes are just like a TV show. It's just kind of scenes written for a TV show, so it wasn't very witty dialogue. But I loved those scenes, especially when he would screw up, because the camera was acting as the filming, so the crew was behind it, and I thought that was
That was so.
I thought that was genius. I was like,
They were
this is-
so aggressive the first time too.
all the acting on point. Who is everybody's favorite character? We'll start over there at the kitty table.
Okay, well, I have an easy one.
I think it's gonna be unanimous.
It should be
I thought
unanimous.
it was really good.
Okay, Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I'd have to say Cliff.
Okay.
Charlie Manson.
Oh my
Whoa.
God.
You saw him one scene.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
I like Al Pacino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Schwartz.
Matthew.
I was gonna say Brad Pitt, but I feel like pick somebody else. Come back to me.
Okay.
It's Brad Pitt.
Cliff Booth all day.
Yeah, Brad Pitt.
I'm sorry.
All right, Brad Pitt.
He was Leo was awesome, but like
Yeah.
This is easily one of Leo's best performances, in my opinion.
Leo always fucking just nails it.
Yeah,
Like,
he has so much to do in this movie, and it was amazing to watch him just
Like,
so
the
many
whole
different characters and like situations and stuff like
The
that.
whole time I was just like sad for Leo because I was like, he's struggling and he thinks he's a has-been.
yeah, that was a really good like arc that like kind of like started right off the bat. Like it wasn't something he
It was
realized
right off
later
the bat,
on. It was like
actually,
right off the bat where he realized he was a has-been. And that's one thing Connor said. Like a lot of the movie is like the first like 30 minutes of it. Like there was a lot that we did
mean
not
like the
see.
trailer?
Yeah, the trailer.
Okay.
Like I was like, oh, because like there was like one or two scenes that I was like, oh, this is definitely gonna be like towards the end of the movie. No,
Yeah.
like besides the shot with the three walking up the.
And it's not to
street.
say that
Yeah.
Leo underwhelmed. It was just like, if Brad Pitt wasn't in the movie, Leo would have been the
Yeah,
best by a
definitely.
landslide.
See, I think
he's
Leo-
just like right below him.
Leo had the better performance, but it's just Cliff was the better character. I feel
Yeah.
like just more
And
memories.
the scene at the end.
He was so charismatic.
Mhm.
His character. You could really relate to him.
like
and
peak
I just
Brad
thought
Pitt.
Great.
Peak Pitt.
I was telling Caleb on the car ride back home from the theater. I think this was Brad Pitt's movie where he just looked the most beautiful. Like he's already a beautiful man.
Yeah,
but
he was a total honk.
suntan,
Yeah.
long blonde hair, muscular.
Oh man, I don't know. I love him in
Yeah.
Fight Club. He looks good in Fight Club.
But like,
But that he was also like,
I know.
how many years was that? 20 years younger.
Oh, yeah,
so
20. I think it was
He's looking good for
99.
like 50 or whatever he is now.
Something like that.
Do you guys have any negatives? Anything that you?
Not to go too into it. I knew it was based off events, but I
Yes.
didn't know. I thought most of these people were fictional or very altered.
In terms of the Manson children or something like that.
Well, just like celebrities.
Okay.
And so I felt that the Margot storyline was very out of place.
But
Because
do
it
you
only-
think it's now it makes sense since you know that that was like the actual person?
Now it feels like it was only there for sentimental reasons
Okay.
and to make you feel sad at the end of the movie.
I can talk about that.
Because
later.
narratively, it still feels very like it had a small payoff.
Okay. I can
At
see
least for
that.
me.
We're definitely getting that in the spoiler section.
I feel like it was also there to like kind of build the anxiety because if you do know the story, like,
Yeah,
Right.
that's how I felt. I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, it's gonna happen eventually.
Especially when they get back, like when it's the big time skip, like
From the restaurant.
like the tension building, just leading up. You know, the narrator saying at 6 o'clock, at 7 o'clock, and like Caroline was like shaking my arm because like it just was building up to the moment it was going to
Also,
happen.
that was George Clooney, right?
Was that George Clooney?
It sounded
No,
like
it sounded it was Kurt Russell. I felt,
Oh, really? That's weird.
which is
he also
weird
was
because he
in
had
the
a
movie.
character. Yeah, so
Yeah.
See, I thought it was Quentin Tarantino because he narrated The Hateful Eight. So
I believe it. Was
But
Kurt Russell.
Tarantino has like a
That-
very
I
distinct
know he
list.
does, but like that's why I thought he was just doing it again because that was his most recent film.
Yeah, double check that.
What about you guys? Any negatives? Without
I wanted to
spoiling
see more of
anything?
The dog, honestly.
that was a very good.
He
girl.
was a like
Oh,
a
yeah.
very well trained dog.
Yeah, it was a her.
I said well trained dog.
no, you said
No, you said he was a
Oh,
very.
well, anyways,
I
he,
definitely
Put
think
respect
John
on her
would be
name.
proud of that dog.
misgendered.
But I think the movie could have used a cat just to like even things out.
True.
If you guys haven't
Well, what's a
like
cat?
figured it out, Caroline likes cats.
Adorable.
Big time cat fan.
a lot of cats.
Okay, yeah, it was Kurt Russell.
Oh,
That makes
that's
sense.
Interesting.
I just thought of a fucking line. We all love pussy.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we do.
All right. Well, any more final thoughts? Anything without spoiling anything before we get into it?
I would go see it again.
Oh, definitely.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah. If you're on the fence, why it's Quentin Tarantino, you should just go see it.
Duh.
So
Yeah, I saw it the second time yesterday.
yesterday,
with my
was it
dad.
better a second viewing? Was it slower?
I felt the pacing was better.
Okay.
But that's how, because my biggest gripe was in the second act, it slugs a little bit in
That makes
terms
sense.
of, there was like two scenes where I'm like, okay, and both of them were with Leo.
Yeah, Leo.
It's like,
yeah. I can see
Okay.
it.
You know, I understand what he's doing, but it's just like,
And I
but
think-
Quentin's so good at just keeps writing dialogue and just
I
back
think
and forth.
Caroline knew after the first Leo scene when it went back to Leo and it was just going to be another film scene, like them filming the TV show. She was like, "I'm going to go to the bathroom."
Yeah,
like,
that was the perfect scene to go.
yeah, because she's like, because nothing was going to happen.
Yeah.
They were filming a show, so.
Yeah.
Which I think like that makes sense why like the second act was probably like the slowest because that was the longest day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. What about you guys? Final thoughts?
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. this is why they're the kids. They're a little nervous.
I don't know.
Movie I hate yet, so.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap up.
Jinx it, asshole.
That's going to wrap up the initial reactions. We'll be right back in a second.